Welcome to my episode 12 of Freshman Podcast. It's your boy Josh, also known as Jay Fresh. To my left, we have Yay, Hotlanta. Let's get to it. Today, we're going to talk about the All Star game coming up this weekend, approaching really fast. We had some discrepancies with the selections this year, so we're going to get right to it. I'm going to start it off with the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference team captain, my boy, Kevin Durant. What can I say? We have Ye's man, Giannis. We got Bradley Beal, snub from last year. Glad to see he made it. We got Joel Embiid playing at an MVP caliber level right now. We got another one of my boys from the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving. And we have Jason Tatum to round out the potential start. No. Kyrie would be the last starter. I'm sorry. And then we have Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine. Shout out to him, man. Definitely good to see him make the team. I felt like he should have made it last year as well, but didn't make it. So shout out to him. And we have another first-time All-Star in Julius Randle. Shout out to the Knicks, man. They are still proceeding to outplay expectations. So salute to them. We have Ye's man, third-time selection, Ben Simmons. Shout out to him. And then we have Nikola Vucevic from the Orlando Magic. This is his second time being an All-Star. So, pretty decent list. I got a couple. I'm not gonna say a couple. A few discrepancies with this list. I definitely feel like one person who got snubbed, who was an All-Star last year, should have been a repeat this year. You know what I mean? So I kick it off. I feel like Sabonis should have been on this list. He is basically the catalyst for Indiana Pacers. Not only is he's tied for the leading scorer on that team, but he's also the leading rebounder on that team, and he's the third. I'm not gonna say he's not the third leader, but basically he's third on that team for assists. So basically, he's doing it all. He's scoring, he's rebounding, and he's playmaking. And my thing is, I know the East is really close, so a game and a half basically separates the 5th seed and the 9th seed. So they're at the 9th seed right now. They've been on like a small losing streak, but basically they've been anywhere from the 5th seed lower. And you have people on the roster who are on teams that have a record that is definitely way worse and no chance of making the playoffs. And it's just like, it's basically a popularity contest, I feel like, in a sense. And it's not more of a skill type of, selection. It's just like who's more popular, who's the bigger name. And obviously Indiana is really a smaller market compared to the New Yorks, the Chicagos, etc. So it's just like, yeah, man. So basically, if they go on like a 2-game win streak, they right back in the mix, man. Like, come on. Me personally, I feel like because they have Sabonis as either a power forward or a center, I would take off Nikola for him. The Magic, they're trash this season. I'm sorry, I know that's one of your teams, but they're garbage this year. And it's just like, come on, is that what we're kind of awarding mediocrity? You know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, your team is trash, but we're gonna put you on an All-Star team. And it's not like he's putting up super numbers like Bradley Beal, which I feel like is the exception, but it's like he's putting up good numbers, but it's like he's putting up okay numbers on a really trash team compared to excellent numbers on a trash team. So that's where I stand on it. How about you?
Mine was Trey. He's literally averaging the same numbers as last year when he made the All-Star team. He's averaging literally the same identical numbers. Field goal percentage is just like a point or two higher, and 3-point percentage. But other than that, he's averaging the same numbers that he made the All-Star team with last year, and he doesn't make it this year. I don't see how that makes sense in my head for somebody that averaged the same things and not make it after you made it last year. I know this is going to sound bad, This is going to sound absolutely horrible when I say this. But I would have took off Ben Simmons.
No, shocker. Shocker.
Took off Ben Simmons. Sounds pretty bad. He's having an amazing year. Him and Embiid both. I give him credit. No, I'm giving him credit. But I mean, it's the All-Star game. You always got to have. It's always going to be somebody snubbed. You know what I'm saying? But for Trey to average the same identical numbers as he did last year and not make it, you know, it's like, okay, somebody has to be left off. But
yeah.
I do agree with you with the Vucevic. I mean, are we rewarding players for having great seasons and winning, or is it just this popularity thing? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a lot of variables into it. I mean, the way that they do the All-Star game now, I would completely change it. I would have nothing but showmen in there. I would have nothing but Showtime players in the All-Star game. They're gonna do it like this.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, you said you agreed about the whole idea of taking Vucevic off for his numbers, but can you say the same thing about Trey? The Hawks aren't in the best standing this season, and it's like, no knock to Trey, but we gotta be honest. Last year, one of the main reasons he made it was because you had like no Kyrie. I'm trying to think. Somebody else was hurt. I think it was a couple guys that were hurt. But basically, the East is loaded with guards now. Kyrie, Harden. I'm surprised you didn't take up one of the Celtics. They've been up and down this season. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down.
But they two players have been there. They're consistent players. I mean, that's their.
I think Ben is a consistent player, just not on offense.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. He's been on a defensive tear this season. He's had games where he's guarded Dame one night, LeBron one night. So I gotta salute him, man. I think he should have been an All-Star for sure. And they got the number one seed in the East over the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. So,
it's kind of hard to turn down a player who averaged 27 and almost 9. I mean,
and are they even gonna make the play-in games?
We're
talking about the playoffs.
Here's another thing. If that's the case, then Bradley shouldn't be on there. I mean, granted, he's averaging 30.
No, I said this earlier. He's the exception because he's putting up excellent. You talking about 27? He putting up almost 33. Is it 33 or 36? One of the 30 something.
30, about 33, 34.
Yeah, like. Yeah,
they ain't got no chance nowhere. I don't even know if they got a chance in G League.
Okay, now stop, cut it out. You doing too much now.
It's tough though. I mean, somebody has to get left off. You know what I'm saying? And my two picks would have been Vucevic or Ben Simmons, one or the other, to be replaced with Trey. Them was the only two though. Other than that, the East was pretty much. It was pretty much a given who you was going to have. It was really, in all honesty, who you was just going to start. You could have interchanged Kyrie with Harden. You could have maybe put Zach in there over Tatum or whatever the case may be. But the East was pretty much locked. You pretty much knew who was going to make it.
Yeah.
So.
Cool, man. I think your pick was a little biased, but we're not gonna harp on it. But due to Kevin Durant being injured, Domantas Sabonis will be on the All-Star team. But I still feel like he shouldn't have been an alternate. He should have been a regular. But that's what it is.
Would you take that?
Huh?
Would you take that?
What? The alternate? No, I'm a real one. I'll be at the crib. Yeah, I'll give it to somebody else.
It's like an asterisk next to it. Like, I'm an All-Star, but I'm only an All-Star because this person got hurt.
It's a participation trophy. I'm good.
Like,
I'll see y'all next season.
It's here, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll throw you a bone. I couldn't do it. I'm turning it down. No, I don't want it. I'm like, you didn't snub me already. Don't criticize me. You feel me? Don't chastise me with that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. All right, man. Let's get out to the West. Go ahead and sound off on the West Coast.
The West starters, we got LeBron, Curry.
Who you say?
The Joker, Curry.
That Curry. Boy.
Whatever. The Joker. Mm-hmm. But why? And I'm saving his last name for a reason. Because in my eyes, it shouldn't be there. Luka.
You just saying as a starter, not as you just saying as a starter, but he should be an all-star.
Yeah, as a starter, not an all-star. Oh, okay. But as a starter, no. We all know. Dang.
I know. You know what? I got a curry ball for this. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish, and we're gonna come back to that. But go ahead.
So yeah, but Luka rounds off the starting lineup for the West. And you got 80 coming off the bench with PG, Rudy Gobert, mm-hmm. Dame, D Mitch, CP3, and Zion.
Now, before we get in deep into this, I feel like everybody was up in arms about Dame not starting. But I got a hot take. Y'all need to put some respect on Donovan Mitchell's name. He got them boys as the number 1 seed. I feel like he should have been starting. But don't nobody talk about that. I don't know, man.
I agree. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to put it like that, then Curry got to go, Luka got to go.
Hey, you know what? You may be right. You may be right.
Curry
you may be
Dame
right.
has a higher seed than Curry.
You know what? You may be right.
They're putting up basically the same numbers, mm-hmm. stacking up next to each other. Dame has a higher seed than Curry, and Luka's absolutely nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So you got 2 players, one who led their team to first place, one of the hottest teams in the league, and Dame having no CJ or nothing like that. To last time I checked, it was like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going that way.
And that I would agree to a certain degree, but then it's just like, Curry ain't got nobody. He don't have nobody. It's 30 a night or it's over with.
Yeah, can you say the same thing about Dame though?
I watched Portland last night, and I actually had a little bet on it for Dame to score over like I think it was 31 points or something like that. The man had like 20. And it was a sequence between the ending of the third and the beginning of the fourth. Portland just got hot. Carmelo hitting shots. Rodney Hood hitting shots. Gary Trent hitting shots. And Dame didn't play the rest of the game.
I'm dead. So dead. Well, the Warriors don't have a Melo, but I get
they don't have a Rodney Hood.
Yeah, they ain't got that either. But.
Yeah. So it's literally, if Curry don't put up 30 a night, it's a wrap. Like I said, I think Dame finished the game like 20, maybe 22, but he sat out in like that whole fourth quarter. It was a wrap. They went on a run and it was over with. So,
but everybody knows the biggest thing in the room is where's Devin Booker? What? What else do you supposed to do? What else can you do as a player? He's the best player on the team.
I agree.
Literally the best player on the team. And nothing against CP3. Even CP3 said it, but I would be taking CP3 off the list and replacing him with Book. To be honest, and
I'm sure that pains you to say.
It's possible that D Book could have been a starter. As good as he's playing, as good as they've been
I'm not gonna take it that far. He should have been a regular for sure, but starter, like I said, y'all got to put some respect on Donovan Mitchell's name. They not number one because of Rudy. I tell you that.
Ain't it? But it's like one thing I can say. D Book got snubbed last year too.
Okay, so how you go from snub to starter?
I'm just saying, man. Last year they was a losing team. He was putting up numbers. This year, his numbers are looking 10 times better, and they're a winning basketball team. And it's like, I mean, nothing against CP3, but I mean, he just had to go. And this may sound bad. I really personally have not watched him or whatever too much, or whatever the case may be. Has Zion really been doing that good?
Hey man, can you not take my 2 picks for taking off? Dang, man.
I'm just saying, has he been doing that good this year?
I don't want to talk about this because I was going to talk about this with my pick. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, I said what I said. D-Book, get on there. You can have your pick.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you, because it was gonna be like a tape record. So my snub, I chose DeMar. I felt like once he got traded, DeMar DeRozan. Let me cook. I got some good points. When he got traded to Toronto for Kawhi, everybody wrote him off. He's done. And really, once like Tim Duncan, all them guys retired, everybody kind of wrote the Spurs off. Like they're over with, they're done. And I always felt that you can't write the Spurs off because of Popovich. I feel like he's one of the best coaches to ever coach in the NBA, and he's always gonna have a team somehow sneak into the playoffs or whatever. He's always gonna have them guys prepared. But let me just break down a couple numbers. So right now, DeMar is leading the Spurs in scoring, 20.3 points a game. He leads them in assists, 7.2 assists a game. And the Spurs are the 5th seed in the West, not the East, the West. Yes, they're the 5th seed in the West, which is like I said, I don't think anybody, if at the beginning of the season you said, are the Spurs going to make the playoffs? I don't think anybody had them on the list. And DeRozan is the catalyst for that. It's not LaMarcus. Like I said, Tony Parker is gone. Tim Duncan is gone. Manu Ginobili is gone. Who's the go-to? Who's the go-to guy on there? Rudy Gay is in and out the lineup with injury. LaMarcus is a shell of himself. He hasn't wanted to be in San Antonio for like 2 or 3 years now. So he's just out there. And it's just like, it's DeRozan. And the fact that he's become more of a facilitator, I had to give him credit for that. So it's just like, I salute him on that. And my thing is this, we talked about it even with the East. How is it that you have guys on teams who aren't going to make the playoffs in the All Star game, but a guy on a team that's the 5th seed in the West, not one player on that team gets a nod? Seems kind of strange to me. So again, is this based off of skill or is this a popularity contest? Because don't tell me that the Spurs have a good team.
Popularity.
Don't tell me the Spurs have a good team, man, at all. And you touched on CP3. I agree with you 100%. I feel like Book should have made it for sure, not as an alternate. He should have been on there, period. I don't agree with the CP3 selection. And the other selection I don't agree with is Zion. I feel like, one, the Pelicans overall as a team aren't that good. And second, is he even a best player on the Pelicans? Over Brandon Ingram? Again, so I feel like this goes back to a popularity contest. I think Zion is pay-per-view TV for sure. The dunks, the blocks, all of that. It's pay-per-view TV. But All-Star right now, I don't think so, man. Go ahead.
I seen he had a couple games where it was like, I think it was like 4 or 5 games. He averaged about 30. But I know it hasn't been all season, like since the beginning of the season. I said I haven't personally looked at him specifically in any time, but if he ain't been doing it all season long,
because it went from he's overweight, he's not gonna be able to last in the league, to now he's an all-star. It's a popularity contest. It's about clicks, views, and likes. Zion is pay-per-view TV without a doubt. You want to see You wanna see if he's gonna dunk on somebody, if he's gonna block somebody. That's about it. Don't get me wrong. I think he has potential to be a great player, but right now, no, I don't think he should have been an all-star. And honestly, uh, I know they don't approve of a narrative of pitting players against each other, but I would have picked Ja Morant to be a all-star before him, as far as like the younger guys. Like,
yeah, there was a lot of people in the West who had a.
I know it's a different position, but I'm just saying like that class from his class of like, you know what I mean, of our peers. Like I wouldn't have picked Zion. Like I don't think he's had that much progression or even success in the NBA this far to be like, yeah, he's an all-star. Like, huh? So
Yeah, I mean, Ja didn't even make it his first year. He had an impressive first year. This is Zion's first year, really. No, honesty, this is his first actual year, and he's already in. So I mean, it really is a popularity contest because it's like you seen people like Zaza and leading in votes and
yeah, but I feel like that was more so trolling though. I don't think that they were serious. Yeah, that was more on the trolling side. I don't think they were serious with those picks. But even to kind of, you know, go with the whole popularity statement, I just remember how even with the rookie of the year, they were like hyping Zion up, and it's like, how is he number 2 for rookie of the year? He didn't even play a season. You know what I mean? He didn't play the full season, and they were like, "Oh, Zion may win rookie of the year." The man played way less games than John Moran, and it's like he's in the race for rookie of the year. How? So, yeah, man.
it's based off the media and um, fans. Fans and the media is literally what runs the All Star.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fans gonna pick whoever they hear the most. Half of them don't even watch basketball, and we all know the media just slow. So they be all over the place too as well. So it's like the coaches don't even matter. Like the coaches vote don't even matter. It's really fan and media. Literally, that's exactly what runs the All Star game.
Yeah.
And at this point, like I've always said, like if you just gonna be, I mean, of course everybody's gonna be snubbed, but some of these are just horrible. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just put everybody who's a showman. You feel me? Kyrie's, if Jamal Crawford was in the league, Jamal Crawford's like, Derrick Jones, people who jumping and crossing, basically. You know what I'm
Actually
saying?
handles crossovers, shooting deep threes. At the end of the day, the All-Star game, and if we want to be honest, not just the All-Star game season, but this whole NBA season is essentially a money grab. The NBA is trying to make whatever money they can to salvage this season because of everything that happened with COVID, and not kind of go. I don't think the NBA will ever go bankrupt, but not take a super loss. So this is basically a money grab this season.
Yeah, it's been away from the best players in the league going against each other. So now it's just, the popularity contest. Like, I mean, because if you just take a look back in the day, like it was always the best players of that year. You know what I'm saying? That was in there. And now it's just like, whoever wins, popularity, no matter the numbers, I mean the numbers of course have to be there, but
And I think even to a certain degree, the players haven't really took the All-Star game as serious as in past years. And I think that was why they tried to kind of shake it up with the whole, kind of like a pickup game now. You pick your team versus just East versus West. You know what I mean? So they've been trying to do things to kind of shake it up to get players back interested. But it's just like they know what it is. It's a money grab.
Last year was probably the most competitive because of down the stretch when they hit you with that. What was it? The score limit? It was the score limit or whatever. Once they got closer, but I mean, you can see like slowly but surely it stopped gravitating towards from an actual game to just, people was out there. Like you used to see, the AIs, T-Max, Kobe's, all of them used to be going at it. And the games just used to be close, and then it broke on into, it was like blowout games, you know what I'm saying? And like, I remember specifically Derrick Rose first year as an All-Star, the nigga did not smile. In the warm-ups, like when they was calling his name, he didn't smile. They got on his about it. And they was like, oh, he's taking it too serious. It's just an All-Star game. And like, ever since then, it just went downhill. And like, last year was probably the most competitive it was. Like,
man,
me personally, I would love to see the greatest, the greatest players in that year go at it.
Yeah.
Not every day you got all them players on the court at one time. You know what I'm saying?
True, but I think also to a certain degree, a lot of guys are looking, what's the word, big picture, as far as like, I don't want to go hard and get hurt in this game, and then I'm out for the playoffs or something. But I don't know what will be a solution to this, because I feel like, let's say you have the All-Star game at the end of the season. Would guys go hard in that game? I don't think so. It's just like, it's tough, You have it in the middle of the season, you're going to have some guys play, some guys aren't. Same thing if you had it at the end of the season. I feel like a lot of guys would probably be salty about if their team didn't win the finals. I don't really want to play. Or if you did win the finals, okay, I just won the finals, I'm done playing hard. So it's just like, I don't know what would be a proper time to have it, to get, like you said, that full competitive type of energy. So
I mean, they did it right. When I first started watching it, it was more or less, first, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, maybe, all fun, smiles, stuff like that. And then once it got to the fourth quarter, it was like, you had them people like Kobe, you had them people like AI, you had them people like KG, that was like, all right, we here for fun, but I want to win now. You know what I'm saying? I want to win. It was just one of the things that just kicked in out of nowhere. It's like, all right, I actually want to win now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me, I'm an old school nigga, so it's like the competitive level is not there where it used to be at all. It's not too many of them, and I give credit to what credit is due. Yeah, nigga Russ is very competitive. He is one of the most competitive dudes in the league.
was that a compliment? Hey, shout out CA, man. Shout out CA.
I give you that. But Giannis is up there too. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, the competitive level.
It's sad, man. Like I tried to have an episode without talking about Russ or KD, and you just had to. It's sad.
I'm sorry. I apologize. We can end it on that. It's okay.
Yeah, man. It's really sad. It's really sad. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Freshman Podcast. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, leave a comment. Let us know who you felt was an All-Star snub this season that should have made it, or who you think shouldn't have been on the All-Star team. Thanks again, guys, and we're out.